The closure of the West Seattle Bridge has caused many to reconsider how they commute into and out of West Seattle. Cycling is a great solution as it often gets you to work in just the same amount of time, keeps you physically and mentally fit, and allows you to slow down and appreciate the view along the way. This video highlights the most commonly used routes into and out of West Seattle by bike and points out existing bicycle infrastructure that is currently utilized by the thousands of people who commute by bike each week across the Duwamish River. There are two main routes that the majority of cyclists use to commute to and from West Seattle. Smaller neighborhood routes funnel into these two larger routes, which for the purposes of this video, start in White Center and the junction of Alaska Street and California Avenue.
This video focuses on the Junction route specifically. The Junction route is the main route used by cyclists who live in and around the Junction. After leaving the Junction, this route takes cyclists east on Alaska Street and through the Fauntleroy intersection before taking a left on 36th Avenue Southwest. Pay particular care as you bike past Alki Lumber on 36th Avenue, as the bike lane shares space with forklifts and trucks that are loading and unloading lumber at this local business. After turning right onto Southwest Avalon Way, cyclists utilize a newly redeveloped bike lane that is separated from car traffic via a parking buffer and bollards in which bypasses bus stops. With the completion of these bike lanes, Southwest Avalon is now one of the friendlier ways to climb and descend into and out of West Seattle. If your destination is the West Seattle Passenger Ferry, simply continue straight down the hill on Avalon and merge with the Alki Trail under the West Seattle Bridge. The Alki Trail parallels Harbor Avenue Southwest and will drop you off right at the West Seattle Passenger Ferry Terminal. Be aware that the passenger ferry currently has a set limit of bicycles that it allows on per trip, and that there is currently no secure bike storage at this site. They have also set restrictions on the size of bikes that are allowed on the ferry, which automatically disqualifies most electric bikes, cargo bikes, and recumbents. Cascade Bicycle Club is working to remedy these obstacles, as every option must be considered to effectively bridge the gap while the bridge is down. If you plan to bike into downtown, take a right off of Avalon on Yancey Street. A short downhill eventually loops you onto Andover Street and around the Seattle Health Center. When crossing Delridge Way Southwest, take note that the bicycle lane also occupies the space in front of cars going straight and turning left at the light. Bicycles have the right of way here when turning left and going straight. Instead of going left on Delridge or going straight through the light, follow the pedestrian and bicycle ramp kitty corner from the turn lane, up onto the sidewalk on the east side of Delridge, and use the sidewalk and bike path to connect with the West Seattle Bridge Trail. After passing the three-way intersection of the Alki Trail, Duwamish Trail, and the West Seattle Bridge Trail, continue east on the West Seattle Bridge Trail to cross the Duwamish River via a protected bike and pedestrian path on the lower Spokane Bridge. You are now technically out of West Seattle.
After crossing the bridge via a protected pedestrian and bike lane, cyclists loop back underneath the bridge and navigate a series of crossings that are used by larger freight trucks to access port terminals. Cyclists should exercise caution while making these crossings, although most larger trucks are moving at a slow pace and have plenty of time to see cyclists as they approach. The West Seattle Bridge Trail terminates at East Marginal Way. After crossing over East Marginal Way via the pedestrian and cyclist crossing, a bike lane protects riders from trucks also using East Marginal Way to access the port. Although this bike lane is currently not separated from regular traffic, the city has plans to develop protected bike lanes here that will take cyclists all the way to the Elliott Bay Trail and into downtown. A pleasant ride through Pioneer Square and Occidental Park connects bicyclists to the 2nd Avenue protected bike lanes via King Street. This protected bike lane on 2nd Avenue takes cyclists straight through the downtown core, and via Bell Street and 9th Avenue will eventually drop cyclists off at South Lake Union, with the option of continuing north around either side of the lake. Cycling out of West Seattle is not only possible, it's fun, easy, and economical. It's possible to bridge the gap through bicycle commuting, and in doing so stay healthy, avoid long waits in traffic, and see the city in a whole new way. All routes discussed in this video are linked below. Brought to you by Cascade Bicycle Club and iZip Electric Bikes.